What's up, guys? My name is Tai Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a real-world trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel where we share with you guys the tools, techniques, and strategies that we have used in the real world to grow and manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolios. We don't talk about theory here on this channel. Everything we do is what we do in the real world and share with you guys what I do, what my team members do, and what my students do. All right. So if you guys are looking for theory or things like that, this is not the right channel for you. I don't know which. Most of the other channels talk a lot about theory. We don't talk about that. We talk about what we do in the real world. Okay. So in this video, guys, I'm broadcasting right now from the what the hell is the name of this? Oh, the Wine Connection restaurant. It's at the Santa Fe shopping center near the BTS Sapin Taksin in the city of Bangkok, near the Chao Phraya River right here. My new condo is just right behind this camera. I can see it from here, right? So been working on doing all the paperwork to buy this condo. I was exhausted from walking around, so I decided to stop here, get some food, and shoot this video and share some thoughts with you guys, all right? So this is what I do in my spare time, my free time, when I'm not making money, all right? So in this video, guys, I want to talk to you about Runway, okay? And I want to talk about how moving to a different country can increase your runway. I got a lot of feedback from talking about it before, and I got lots of questions about it. So in this video, I want to share some of the things that myself and some of our team members have done to increase our runway so that we can wait for the next bull market and be able to retire early. All right, so these are all the things I'm going to talk about in this video. Okay, so before I talk about runway, let's define what runway is so that in case your English is not your primary language, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you take the literal meaning of runway is when an airplane lands at the airport, the concrete area that the plane lands on, that's called a runway. Okay, so if the airport is a small airport, it has a short runway, so a large airplane cannot land on it because there's not enough runway. There's not enough distance in that concrete road for the airplane to land. And if you have a very long runway, then larger airplanes can land, okay? So in the world of finances, runway means the amount of money that you have to live on. So for example, when I was living in America, my average monthly expenses was around $4,000 a month. That's with 2 kids, right? Husband and a wife and 2 kids, so a family of 4 people. The runway for that was $4,000 a month, or the expenses for that was $4,000 a month. So if I have, let's say, $12,000 in my bank account, then you take that $12,000 divided by $4,000 a month, that's 3 months. So I can say that I have 3 months of runway. So if I save up $40,000 then and put it in my bank account for emergencies or for my living expenses, then I can say that I have 10 months of runway. So if I know that I need $4,000 a month and I multiply it by 12 months, that's $48,000 a year. So I'm going to round that off to $50,000 a year just so the math is easy while I'm talking and shooting this video. So that's $50,000 a year. If I want to be able to live for 10 years without going to work, a 9-to-5 job every day, then $50,000 a year times 10 years, that's $500,000 worth of runway, okay? So in this video, well, in a previous video, I had mentioned about moving your whole family to another country, especially to Southeast Asia or to one of the Latin American countries if you're from the West, and that can dramatically reduce your cost of living and increase your runway. So you reduce your cost of living over here and you increase your runway over here on this side. So for example, when I left the US and I came back and retired in Vietnam and in Bangkok, right, that just reduced my $4,000 a month down to around $2,000 a month, okay? And am I having the same quality of life? Yes. If you ask me, did I get a better quality of life? I would say yes. I was able to hire a maid and all kinds of stuff, a housekeeper to help take care of my house and all kinds of stuff, do the cleaning up, and my wife and I did not have to cook. Matter of fact, I don't think I don't remember the last time we even cooked anything in the last 2 years in Bangkok or in Vietnam. Okay, so that just comes to show you better quality of life. Okay, because we have a higher quality of life because we get more value for our money. But this video is not about getting more value for the money or having a higher quality of life. This video is specifically about how to talk to your spouse. And when I say spouse, I really should talk about how to talk to your wife, okay? Because the majority of our listeners are male, and the majority of the times in America, the financial decisions are usually there's a huge female presence or involvement in making big financial decisions, okay? Now in my family, it's not that way. In my family, pretty much everything that's over like $2,000 or $4,000, I'm the main person making the decisions. I really don't care if my wife is involved in that decision-making process or not, because the reason why I do that is not because I'm what do you call that, a control freak or anything like that. I believe that the best person that has the most experience in making big financial decisions in the family should be the person that does it. So between me and my wife, I have a lot more experience making big financial decisions. I have invested large sums of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to learn how to make big financial decisions. My wife has never invested $1 in her life to learn how to make a big financial decision. So because of that, I don't trust her to make large financial decisions that involve $100,000, $1 million, $10 million, and things like that. So that's the reason why. It's not because I'm a control freak. It's because I'm the one that have invested a lot of money into learning how to make good quality financial decisions. So I'm going to be the one that makes it. Okay. Matter of fact, my wife just signed the sales contract to buy this $1.1 million condo right behind this camera right now. And I did all that, and my wife never even saw the condo, never even saw she didn't even bother reading the sales contract or anything. Okay. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because I have more experience making financial decisions. Okay. Did you get the pizza? Is the pizza in there too?
No. You order only burger and plastic and beef short rib.
Okay. I thought I ordered a pepperoni cheese pizza.
You want pepperoni?
Yeah. 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 Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, so that's the reason why I make the financial decisions in my family and not my wife. Okay, so it has nothing to do with being a control freak. Now I have talked to some of my students, and one of the biggest problems that I run into. So I'm getting two groups of comments and two groups of feedback from our viewers and from our students, okay? So on one hand, I'm getting feedback from you guys that when I talked about moving to another country to reduce the living expenses so that you can increase your runway, so that you can quit your day job and then just wait for the next bull market to make more money and then keep increasing your runway so you can retire early. You guys thought that was an excellent idea, and some of you guys never thought about that. And I'm not sure what the reason is, but that video that I made about it seems to get a lot of feedback. So that's what inspired me to make this video. However, when I talk to some of my students, the problem I run into, or the problem they run into, is that when they talk to their wife about relocating to another country, okay, there's an issue. Because I have students that maybe their spouse is from another country, outside the Western country, outside the US or outside the EU, and there's this fear that, oh, if I go to another country outside of America, is it going to be a better country? Am I going to live the same? And things like that, right? So, and So the fear is that, hey, if I live in another country, it may not be as good as America. Okay, I can tell you this, guys. There's a lot of things. There's 192 countries out there, guys, and there's lots of countries that's way better than America. Okay, America's not the only country. The best thing about America is that they do the best marketing in the world to make everyone believe that they have the best country. But I can tell you that there's many countries out there that's significantly better than America. Okay, and also, I should also say that it depends upon what kind of life that you want to live. Also, right? So I'll give you, for example, if you're into making money, right, and you're extremely poor, America is probably one of the best countries for you to start. So that if you're poor, you're dumb, you're uneducated, you know, you don't have a very wealthy family, you have an uneducated family, America is probably the best country for you to get started in, okay? Because it's an underdog country that favors the underdog. That's how I became wealthy, was because my family was not educated, my family was poor, nobody in my family is rich, nobody in my family is smart, nobody in my family is talented, you know. Matter of fact, if you check out my my bloodline, my DNA line, the majority of the men in my family are very dumb and very uneducated. Okay, we don't make very good decisions. There's not a good track history, okay, or track record of people being smart or brilliant from my bloodline or from my DNA. Okay, so for me to start in America, that was the best country. If you're rich, you're wealthy, or you have a little bit of money already, America's probably may not be the best country. You know, like Vietnam, I think is better, or Thailand is better if you have money. Okay, all right, thank you. You know, so here you go. Okay, so I would say that Thailand, if you have a little bit of money, I think that's in Asia it's better because you can get a lot more done if you have money. Okay, so if for example, if you're a gay person or you're a what do you call those, transsexuals or whatever, Asia is probably better. The reason why is because nobody's going to discriminate against you and nobody cares. Nobody really cares, right? If you feel that being in America there's too many racism, or you're not being treated fairly because you're black or because you're a minority or you're not white or something, then maybe America's not the best country for you. Maybe, you know, Asia's better. I know over here they just don't give a shit what color you are. Okay, in Asia they just don't give a shit what color you are. Okay, as long as you make money. Okay, that's all they care about, right? So, but anyways, so I want to focus on answering this question or this problem of, okay, what if I want to relocate to Thailand? What if I want to relocate to Vietnam? What if I want to relocate to Mexico? What if I want to relocate to Colombia or something, and my spouse does not want to? Okay, how do I address that issue? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys several solutions. I'm going to share with you guys that our team did, or our students did collectively, and I'll share it with you guys, and then you guys decide what works best. Okay, so for example, right, in my family, when I decided to relocate to Southeast Asia, what I did was that, you know, my wife was hesitant about it. Her family is definitely against it. My family was against it, right? So what I did was I told my wife that, hey, look, I'm doing this. One of the reasons why I had to leave America was because in America they have a huge property tax. Okay, so I had 3 heart attacks already, and if I have a 4th heart attack, there's a chance that I might not live. You know, they have to do open heart surgery, and what happens if I don't make it? If I don't make it, and my wife stays in America, the house that I have in America is about $370,000, and that house, the taxes on that house is like $6,000 and something a year. So with the property tax, the homeowners association fee, and the landscape fee, because if you live in a nice neighborhood, you have to pay for the landscaping, and you have to keep the grass a certain height, the trees, the flowers and everything at a certain height and a certain quality. So just the property tax, the homeowners association fee, and the landscaping fee, that would cost about $1,000 a month just to live in a house that is worth about $370,000 a year in Dallas, okay, in North Dallas. So because of that, I told my wife that if something happens to me and she got 4 kids, or she had 2 kids or 4 kids, or at that time we only had 2 kids, and we had a third one on the way. She was pregnant for a third one. I said, if something happens to me and you're stuck here and I'm not around and you got to take care of 3 kids, how are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to pay for your house? How are you going to pay for your living expenses? If we go to Asia, the property tax on a $1 million property, that $1.1 million condo that I'm getting, the property taxes for that is like $140 a year. And then the condo association fees are like $4,800 a year. And the property insurance is about another $100 and something. So altogether, it's about $5,000 total for the entire year, which comes out to be about it's less than $500. It's like $400 and something a month. Okay, and I said, my wife, she can live on it because we have investments now, some bond investments and other investments that can easily pay for that. Whereas in America, that wasn't so easy. Okay. So my wife realized, yeah, you're right. If something happens to you, I want to be able to live in a place where I don't have to worry about a high, expensive, ongoing costs to live there. And so now we live in one of the most luxurious condos on the Chao Phraya River, a riverfront condo in the beautiful city of Bangkok. And I don't have to worry if something happens to me. She can live there and she can still maintain the same quality of life even if I'm not around, right? So I told her that. And so she agreed with it. So that's one way to explain to your spouse or your significant other what the cost of living is, okay? So now I have a student, he says, hey, right, I'm from Colombia and I can just take my whole family and go to Colombia. I love the beach lifestyle and everything, but I can't go to like Thailand or Vietnam where they have beautiful beaches too. I prefer to just go back to my own country in Colombia or somewhere around there, and they have beautiful beaches there, and I can eat the Colombian food, the Colombian culture. I'm Colombian, so it's perfect. But the problem is, my wife is from America, and she has a hard time mentally leaving America and relocating to live in Colombia because she thinks, she's seen all that fake news about, Colombia having the cartels and all this stuff and it's dangerous. But, what America likes to do is that America likes to compare the ghettos and the slums and the unsafe neighborhoods in other countries to the luxurious neighborhoods in America. And to me, that's a wrong comparison, because if you compare the luxury neighborhoods in America compared to the luxury neighborhoods in like Bangkok, in Thailand, in Colombia, in Mexico, or in Vietnam, you're going to be surprised that most of these countries, you get more value for your money in those same luxury neighborhoods. The houses are bigger, it's more luxurious, everything is just a little bit better, okay? So in this situation where the husband is from Colombia and the wife is from America, and she's afraid that Colombia will not give her the same quality of life, and then she's also afraid that, hey, all my family is in America, what happens if I go to Colombia? How am I going to see my family, okay? And for this Colombian student, I told him, I said, hey, look, with the amount of money that you're going to make in this bull market, I want you to think about this. If you reduce your living costs, right, you're living in one of the most expensive cities in America, right? So by going to Colombia, you just cut down your living expenses by a third, okay? Let's just say that he has a $9,000 a month. I'm just making up a number, okay? Let's say that he has a $9,000 a month expense each month to live in the place that he lives in. He goes to Colombia, now that just got cut down to, let's say, $3,000 a month, right? Now he just saved $6,000 a month. Now if you reverse that and ask yourself, how much taxes did he save by not having to cash out that much of his portfolio to pay for the extra $6,000? So there's a lot of savings there, right, in taxes also. But I'm just going to focus on the $6,000 that he just saved. And I told him, I said, hey, look, do you think that if you save $6,000 a month, that every quarter can you afford to fly your wife's parents, your wife's brothers and sisters, your wife's cousins, her aunts and uncles in to come visit her? If she's afraid that, oh, I'm not going to be near my family, I'm not going to be near my aunts and uncles, I'm not going to be near my parents, right? Can you do that? And he thought about it, he goes, you're right. If I save $6,000 a month, I can easily fly them in almost every month to visit my wife, right, her family, to come in and visit her, the wife, and he would still save some money. Okay, so that's another strategy that you guys can think of, right? I'm just sharing with you guys ideas, right, so that you guys can increase your runway and retire early, and then so that you can wait until the next bull market and then make even more money and then retire for good. Okay, so now here's another thing, right? I have a team member. His wife is from America, and he's from Asia, and she's scared to death. She's scared to death that, what if I leave America? Am I going to die? Do they have shopping malls? Do they have elevators? Do they have cars in these other countries? Right? I'm telling you guys, right? People who live in America, they have this propaganda from the American government and the American media that makes them think that no other country has working elevators, no other country has Starbucks on them. I remember showing the Starbucks, the McDonald's, the Burger King, and the Kentucky Fried Chicken at one of the shopping centers, and I remember one of the American that I showed it to, he was shocked. He was like, wow, they have Starbucks there, they have Burger King there, they have McDonald's there, they have Kentucky Fried Chicken there? I'm like, yeah. The city here in Bangkok has over 12 million people. That's very easy to have. All right, thank you. And so because of that, these propaganda ideas that's been put into our head, so I said, hey, look, why don't you do this? So this is what one of my team members did. He offered, he's going to dip his toe in the water. That means just to test it small first, right? So he's going to take his wife to these different countries outside of America, just to let her stay there for 2-3 months, just to go on vacation, let her check it out, right? And if she agrees, right, this is what he offered her. He said, look, if you agree to give up the US and go to another country, right, to live, where we can have a better life, get more value for our money, reduce our taxes and everything, I'll give you the tax savings that I saved in the first year that we go there. And let me share with you guys this, okay? If our team member leaves and renounces the U.S. and goes to another country, and in the next bull market, right, and he takes profits, right, he's going to save about $5 million to $6 million in taxes, and he was willing to give that to his wife. Right, here's $5 million just so that you renounce the U.S. so that we can go and after that each successive bull market, I can save money, right? I can keep the money that I make. And so that's another approach. You can offer your wife that, hey, if you go, right, this is how much we're going to save, I'll pay you to go. So that's another way, okay? So here's another one, right? I have another couple. Here's another couple, okay? One of my students. The couple is this. They both had good jobs. And last year, because of the COVID-19, in 2020, because of the COVID-19, the husband lost the job. They lost the job, right, for over a year. Matter of fact, the husband just got a job working again just in the past 2-3 days before I made this video. So during that whole year, the wife was extremely stressed out. Extremely stressed out, okay? Because she had to work extra hours, she had to do all kinds of stuff to manage the family and make sure that they had enough money to survive and pay the bills and stuff, okay? So it's a hardworking family. They're not one of those families that's, those families that are looking for handouts from the government. There's a hardworking family. And so she struggled. She didn't want to go ask for handouts or anything and get on welfare or any of that dumb shit, right? She wanted to work extra, and it was extremely, extremely stressful for her, okay? And she said, I never want to live like that again. She doesn't ever want to be in a situation where she is carrying that much weight and carrying that much responsibility for her family and being that stressful, okay? So I said, hey, look, why don't you leave the U.S. and go back to your own country? where the cost of living is like 25 to 30% of the cost of living in America. And she said, well, my husband's from America and he won't go back, right? And what if he doesn't want to go back and do all this, right? So I suggested to her this, right, is that, hey, you explain to your husband how stressful it was for you to carry the whole family for a year by yourself, and that you never want to go through that again. And what happens if in the future, and you got to let your husband know that you don't want that stress to happen to him either. Okay, you don't want that stress to happen to you. You don't want it to happen to him either, because it's not good for the relationship. So, right? So I told her this. I said, tell him that this is your plan. You write down the numbers. This is how much our living cost is. This is how much our expenses are in the U.S. This is how much runway you have. Okay. Now, yes, you make more money. Yes, you make more money. But the problem is, we can only put away. We can only save about $500 a month. But if we leave the U.S., even with me working alone, we can save more than $500 a month. Now, if you work also, then we can save about 3 times that, up to like $2,000 a month. Okay, so I share that with her, and so she's going to talk to her husband about that. So I'm sharing with you guys different strategies, right? And I also told her that, look, you got to let your husband know that if there's another year of COVID lockdowns where you have to work alone or your husband works alone, right? If you go back to your own country, you have your home already, it's already paid for, you already have a house there, you don't have to buy a house, you don't have any rent, you don't have nothing. All you gotta do is pay for internet, electricity, and utilities, and that's it. And that reduces your cost of living tremendously, okay? So these are the different things that I shared with my students. These are the different solutions that I shared with my team members and our team members. And if it helps you guys, use it. If it doesn't, then obviously don't use it. But if it helps you increase your runway, it helps you to retire early, then that would be really awesome for you guys, okay? If you guys like the approach that we have to the markets, if you guys want a real world approach, not that theory bullshit, right? I highly recommend that you guys get a copy of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint. You can go get it at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. And in my opinion, that is the absolute best training program on the planet for anyone that is serious about learning how to grow and manage your portfolio into a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio into the cryptocurrency market, okay? If there's any better ones, I don't know about it. I haven't heard about it. But I know that our program is the absolute best that I know of, because we're the ones who created it. And it's not because we created it, it's because we've actually done it. And we're sharing with you guys what we did to get to where we're at today, okay? So if you're one of those people that's stuck, like, I don't know when to sell, I don't know how to manage my portfolio, out of nowhere I just made $1 million or $2 million, and I don't know what to do, right? And you're lost, you're stuck, One of the things that our students appreciate is that we have a 1-year private coaching with them, and that allows them to pick our brains and get the answers that they need. Because if you think about it, if you have a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio, who are you going to ask? Who are you going to ask? You're going to ask some YouTuber online that is doing technical analysis every day just to get, making clickbait videos to get YouTube ad money? Or do you want to get the information from someone that's actually done it already and that has helped dozens of other people already do it? Okay, so that's just a choice, and so I just share that with you guys. Our cryptocurrency investing blueprint is for the people that are serious. Okay, so if you're not serious, right? If you think, oh man, these guys, are selling courses to make money online and shit, you're not the right people for us. Okay, because the blueprint sales don't even make up 1/10 of 1% of our income from trading. Okay, so yes, are there people out there that make their money off of selling courses? Absolutely, and nothing wrong with that. If you can do it, go ahead. We don't. We make our money from trading and investing in crypto. The cryptocurrency investing blueprint is something that I created for my kids. I got 4 kids. I created it to document what I did so that in the future my kids can grow up and know what to do when I'm not around. Okay, I don't like giving handouts. I don't believe in handouts. I'm not planning on leaving very much to my kids. They better go make their own money. So I made the training program so they know how to do it. If they don't want to learn it, that's their fault, because they don't expect anything from me. Okay, so if you want to learn how I'm going to teach my kids, then go get you a copy today. All right. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, okay? And I just want to remind you guys, right? Make sure that you use a hardware wallet. Make sure that you trade coins that are on a major exchange that's accessible to Eastern and Western traders. Don't be chasing after these low liquidity coins, right? That you hear people, these clickbait YouTubers talk about, because that's all it is. It's just clickbait. You're not going to be able to put some real amounts of money in it. It's very dangerous. Stick with the things that are safe, right? We're in the middle of a bull market. You should not be buying new coins. You should be getting ready to sell and take profits, all right? Don't be an idiot and buy during the middle of a bull market. We buy during a bear market, okay? During a bear market is when we buy. We don't buy during a bull market, all right? So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thank you.